Hey folks, Nick Shaheen here. I want to make the argument. I write to thousands of people every day, and I have this discussion with at least a dozen people every day that headlines don't matter. What do you mean they don't matter? Look at American Airline. This is today. Today is what? 10/7, 10/8. What is it? 10/8. And apparently Pelosi said something and caused this in American Airline. You said they sure matter. Look, I said it doesn't matter to the trading. It doesn't change the path of the price path the way it's supposed to unfold, and I'll prove it to you. And here's the argument. So this is a 5-minute chart. So you can see giant candles at the time of the headlines. I proved it yesterday in a different video with the indices. Same thing. A headline broke out. I forgot what it was. A Trump tweet, something about killing whatever negotiations, and it happened exactly where I said the stocks that the index was going to stall. So unless I can see the future, I have an insight to Trump's tweets. It didn't matter to me whether he tweeted or not. I knew this was not a starting point, so I shouldn't have bought calls up there, right? So this is the same case here. So this is a 5-minute chart. I'm going to go to a daily. All right. So, and here's how it would have not mattered to me, because if somebody came to me, this is a real debate I just had 5 minutes ago. The guy knows his stuff, and he had a sold. He basically selling like a really tight iron condor, so to speak, and he risks very little to pin a price, and he's finning 13. And he's got a good chance of making it. He's collecting 80 cents for there. But the discussion is that I want to prove to you that the headline didn't matter to the trading. So if you had asked me, this was the discussion. So if you had asked me before the headline broke out, this morning, the stock was up, whatever it was up, I didn't even look at it, and then the headline breaks, and then, so if you asked me this morning before the headline broke out, what do you think of the American Airlines? Would you go along? I'd say no, because it's going into support. It's failed there like 10 times before. Onus is on the bulls to take it out, and I would chase it after the breakout. Meanwhile, it's got resistance. So into this zone, it's resistance. Take it out, and I will chase it. How do you take it out? I want to see this break through, and then test it for footing, and then this where I would stop myself half out maybe to ride the rest. So headline or not, I would have said not for me to chase it up here. Didn't need the headline. Now I would say, okay, the dip happened. Let's see if there's an opportunity there. On the short term, there is for a quick trade. It's falling into support. But headline or not, I didn't need the headline to know it was not a starting point. It's going into the POC, the point of control. See that pointy orange line that goes all the way to the left? Look at the wall it has to burst through in order to come off of this. So it had a big challenge, and even though it has higher lows, that's good for the bulls. They need to mature and break through, at least prior fails. And it has several of them. If you go into maybe a 60-minute chart, you'll see how many efforts it's gotten into that and failed. Maybe 120. So look at all these spikes that failed. Why is this one different? I don't believe you anymore. Prove it. So I would have said not into 14. I am not long into 14, that's for sure. Take out 14, maybe we'll talk. Okay, so headline or not. Okay, how about this? You like technicals. Look what I think will happen, and then call me back on it. They failed this time, right? They're going to come back, hit it again, come back, hit it again. Look how many times they tried. So now it looks like some sort of a complex head and shoulders, right? Where the efforts were good, they got crappy, they got good again. They said, okay, this time we got our shit together. Let's go. Then you have this upside potential, which matches up with this and whatever else is above it here. Okay, so this is it. Chat room is open. Wild people in there. So link to it down below if you want. So this is the way I say the headlines didn't matter. So okay, it mattered that it dropped the price here, but it didn't create this path. The path was in the books. It was going to hit here, fail. The headline just expedited it for happening and maybe exaggerated a little bit. But you still have a higher low trend. You still have a neckline to deal with. It changed nothing. I didn't have the headline on. I didn't have the news on, and I didn't have it this morning. And if he asked me this morning, I would have said exactly what I just said here. I know this is hindsight, but if you've watched my video before, I probably said it 1,000 times before. Like signing out. You can still watch the news if you love it. I hate it. It's just a bunch of jackasses that are lying their teeth out. So don't listen to it. You'll be a happier trader.